Alright, so I wanted to make the update to my previous video about a month ago, where I speculated and predicted that in 3 to 4 weeks we'll see multiple models coming out, including GPT 3.0 Mini, Claude 4, and Grok 3, and Gemini. So most of it ended up being true. Well, Claude 4 hasn't still come out yet, but still we have almost 90 to 80% of the things that I predicted and um, made my analysis based on the news of other channels and other people. It turned out to be right. So we'll be going over and reviewing what came out right and just possibly just reviewing what we need to improve on and what went wrong. So let's get started. So let's start with Grok 3, which is possibly most interesting one that's blowing up on the internet. Grok 3 is possibly the best model out here now, as the performance of this model is groundbreaking, as it was trained on 10x the compute of previous model, and is right now basically the best model out here. It has a thinking mode and it has a base model too. Base model is not performing that well, but the thinking model is doing really well, and it has real-time information, real-world data, and it has data from Twitter or X, and it's doing really well in coding and physics, and basically um, summarization. Summarization as its context length is pretty good, and it also will be getting a voice mode. It hasn't got an API yet. API is still not here yet, but we'll be getting that later on. But this model seems pretty promising. I think it's the only model that's trained on 200,000 GPUs, and it's promising to see what we get next. And what will be the pricing for this API? I will guess will be around $15, and so this was one of the news I basically had my analysis on, that it will come out in 3 to 4 weeks, which it actually came out within the timeline. So yeah, that was success. So moving on. So Grok 2, my bad. Gemini 2.0 Flash was my another analysis and possibly a prediction too, based on based on the news that was out there. So Gemini 2 Flash released I think 2 weeks ago, and it released with its API and fully out of the experiment. And with it, we got Flash Lite, which is basically a faster model and a smaller model though. Gemini 2 Pro also we got, which is a possibly a better model from Flash and a bigger model. And we have, for all of the models, I think we have, yeah, basically we have 1 million plus context length, which is the highest context length in any AI model, and the performance is really well comparing it to other models in that price range. The price range is absolutely incredible. As you can see, the model is basically less than $1, and the performance is comparable to GPT 4.0, which is about $5 API cost, I think, per million tokens. So this model is incredible, and this was another prediction analysis we got right. So yeah, and let's move on. So GPT-03, I made a video about that too. So that was another one that actually came out right. But the one that didn't came out right was Claude, the next model for Claude, possibly Claude 4. And almost a month going in, we got all the new models from the companies in the AI race, except Anthropic, which is possibly the leader in AI models flagship in coding, benchmarks, and reasoning. possibly, but they haven't released their reasoning model yet. Until today, we have some news about Claude possibly releasing a new model from a X user. We got some news on possibly Anthropic releasing a new model, and its code name is Paprika, and it seems like it will be a thinking model, which will have possibly rate limits or thinking limits, just like GPT, low, medium, high, and the thinking might be one of the best out there because if you know, Claude 3.5 still holds up against all three, Grok 3, and other models like DeepSeek. So this model is absolutely crazy, and they will be coming out seemingly with this model anytime, possibly next week or in 2 weeks. So this model is really exciting, and it seems like we'll be having great uh, performance from this model. Hopefully, the API also comes on day one and is low cost compared to other models since they're so late to the race. And we'll see the benchmarks for this model too. So here we have it. So by God's willing, we got 80 to 90% of the analysis and predictions right. And I will be making more videos on this type of videos where I do my analysis and predictions for the future. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.